Today I'm going to go over an RC car that I got, a new one, but this one's a little bit different than the ones I've had in the past. All my modern RC cars were ready to run, mostly Traxxas, and you take them out of the box, they're ready to go, it's lots of fun, and I always like that. However, recently I fixed up this old Tamiya FX10 RC car. This was from the 80s, and I really liked it. I had fun, I broke it all down, put it all back together, put new gears, all that, and I had a lot of fun doing that, and I thought, I would like to buy another old Tamiya car and build that like I did the other one, or put it together. And I haven't built a car since, I think I had two of them back in the day. I had a Tamiya Fox, and then I got a Kyosho car. And the Tamiyas were a little bit easier to build than Kyoshos. But anyway, so what I have today is the Hornet. Now, I always liked this car. It was really fast compared to my Fox that I had at the time. This was faster. It didn't drive as nice, but it was a lot of fun. And I thought this would be a perfect car to go along with the Tamiya FX10 because they're similar size, built very similar. This is probably sometime in the 80s when they came up with this, and or they came out with it originally, and they did a re-release of this thing. So if you look at the box art, it's really cool. I'm going to try to match. They have pictures of a car on the sides. They always did a really great job with the box art. Okay, so I'm going to open the box and show you what's all inside. I have it facing the camera, so it's backward to me, but that'll make it a little bit easier to see on the recording. So, just give me a minute. I'm going to open this box up. Okay, so here's the body. As you can see, it's clear. You got to cut it out and paint it. And this is the wing that goes with it. It'll do the same thing. You got to cut around the edges, and then you spray paint the back. I did that with the other car. Here's the chassis. As you can see, they have it all wrapped up in plastic, really nice. Here's the driver. We've got to paint that guy. It's kind of fun to do that. And then I think that's the bottom for the battery tray. Here are the wheels. I think these are like 3-piece wheels. You got to put them together. I don't think I've ever built wheels like this before, so that might be a little bit harder to do, but be okay. Some A-arm parts, servo saver. So that's what all those are. And here's the back gearbox. I'll get that soon. Here you can see all the tires. These are very similar to tires I have on the FX10. I'm not sure what these parts are. Maybe I'm not sure. I'll find out soon when I build it. Probably part of the gearbox, I'm thinking. The decals, these decals are really cool. You have to cut them out. It's kind of, I think it's a lot of work. I haven't done this in a long time, but you got to cut around the edges and then fit them on the body really good. From what I've seen, it does take a bunch of time, but I think it'll be fun doing that part. And then inside here, I think this is mostly the electronics. So I'm going to move that. You can see even the inside of the box is cool. Let me show you the manual real quick. Here's the manual that comes with it. It shows you how to build it, step-by-step instructions. I'm pretty sure these manuals haven't changed since they released this car back in the 80s. I don't know exactly what year it came out. I'm pretty sure it was an early 80s car. I think this is one of their earlier. Hey, it's day 2. I was working on this yesterday. I worked on it a little bit last night. And then this morning, as you can see, I'm working on it again. Right now, I got a lot of stuff done already. I got the front end done with the shock little springs, shocks in the front, the bumper. I got the speed control and the radio receiver mounted. I have that bound to my Fly Sky radio. I don't have it on right now. I tested out the motor works. I don't have a servo for it yet. I'm going to order a servo. Otherwise, this part I should have this done already. I don't have it done yet. As you can see, it's not in there, but I'll get that soon. The back end is done. The oil dampening shocks in the back, those were pretty tough to work with. Some of the little screws on the E-clips on this are very small, so it makes it hard to get a grip on them. So that's where I'm at right now. Next step, I guess I'm on step number 20, and that is to put the front tires and the back tires together. I want to show you this part I'm on right now. Right now I'm putting together the tires. These tires are 3 pieces, which is kind of different. Never had one before like that. This big piece goes inside the tire. It's kind of hard to get in there. And then there's one on the one side and one on the other side. As you can see right here, here's the one side, here's the other side. And what I was saying before, some of the hardware in this thing is really small. I think I mentioned that. If not, the hardware in this thing is small, some of them. And like this screw, it's hard to grab a hold of them. That's how small they are. And especially the little nuts that go in the back, they're tiny. So I've been using this thing. It has a magnet on it. So when I pick them up, I'll just use the magnet to pick them up. But like if I'm trying to get a bunch of them. But putting together the tire with these small screws is difficult because they're so small, it's hard to grab a hold of. Good update on the Hornet. Right now, as you can see, I'm working on the body. I put in the mask for the windows, 2 on the side and the back. I also put tape on the inside, right in here. That's going to be where the roll bar goes. I watched another video where you can either put decals on it or you can mask them off and then spray paint it yellow. It's PS12 Tamiya paint, and it looks really, no, I'm sorry, not yellow, silver. And you put silver, it makes it look like roll bars. It looks really good that way, so I'm going to give that a try and see how it works out. I think what I want to do is spray paint everything black. Here's the wing. I'm going to spray paint everything black, and then once I'm done, take out just the window part, the bar part, leave the windows in, and then spray paint the silver in there. Okay, so here's an update on the car. I have the car completely finished. I have the servo in it. I got this from Amazon. It's a strong servo, much stronger than the old ones when these things were popular. But it seems to work really well. The wheels go back and forth pretty quickly with it. I don't have them mounted in the body yet, but here's the driver. I thought the color scheme looked really cool with this guy. There's his face. You can see the colors in there is what I wanted to go with, the orange and the yellow and the black. The driver in here, I wanted the car to look just like this, the body, but the driver didn't like the color there. I wanted it to match, so that's why I did that with the driver, the colors. I got the speed control, the radio's back there. I'm using my Fly Sky radio that I've used with a couple other cars. So this is the Fly Sky radio I'm using with it. This one you can program up to, I think, 10 different cars with. And so this is number 3 on this radio, the Hornet. So that's what I'll be driving it with. I got the wires all situated, and I mounted the on-off switch. I'm probably not going to use it. I'll pretty much keep it on all the time, but if I wanted to, I could shut it off right there. There's the ESC. I got the wires all wrapped around back here, and these tires are pretty cool. They feel good. The back shocks, the dampeners, they're pretty good. Not as good as the great big ones that on the Fox or the other cars have the big yellow ones, but they seem pretty decent. Obviously the front shocks, just see spring is very springy, as you can see. So right now I'm cutting the decals out for this car. If you look, what I'm doing is I'm using this hobby knife. I use this as a guide. It's a little kid's toy. But it works pretty well. I mean, it's plastic. I needed a ruler. I couldn't find one, and this is like a ruler. And so anytime I have a big line, like if you look right in here, a nice straight line, I'll use this. And then I'll just put it right up to that line. I'm using a little notebook underneath it. I'll put it right by the line, and then I'll make the cut. So right now I got a couple of these cut out so far, not many. It's taking a little bit of time, but this is the first time I've ever did it, and I think using the utility knife is a lot, or the hobby knife gets a lot more accurate than using scissors. I'm finished with the body now. Looks really good. There's some spray on it right now. I have not taken off the clear plastic yet. I'm getting ready to do that. I just want to show you this before I go to the next step. As you can see, the whole body is black except for the bars. I think they're roll bars supposed to be. Instead of using the decals for that, I painted that with silver. I thought it looked really good. And when I painted that, I was just going to spray paint the inside of that part gray, but I thought this silver color looked really good, so I did the whole backing in black. Here's the body after I took the plastic cover off. Looks really good. The black is like super black. The silver looks really good there. Let's just call it, the black color looks so good on there. Next is to put the decals on, and we're good to go. So as you can see now, I have the Hornet completely done. The body took a long time to do. The stickers were, they took a long time to do, but I think it turned out really well. That's what it looks like from this side. I'll show you for a couple different angles. There's from the front. Here's the other side. Come around to the back. That's the Hornet on the back. Looks really cool. And I really like this color scheme a lot. I try to make it look just like the box art except for one thing. You look right there, there's the box. And here's the one I did. The only thing different, as you can see, is the driver. I thought the orange and the yellow colors look really good, so I wanted to match that with the driver, so that's what colors I made him. And of course, the main sticker is the Hornet sticker right there. I wanted that one to, that one really sticks out really good. I think this project turned out really well. It looks better in person, I think, in video. It's one of those things where you saw it in person, wow, it looks really good. The black is awesome. As you can see here where I spray painted the silver for the roll bar, that turned out really well, it's really good as well. So overall, I'm really happy with this car. It looks great. I haven't driven it yet. I'm going to drive it soon once it warms up a little bit. I'm really looking forward to it. One more thing I wanted to mention is one of the reasons why I really wanted to build the Hornet. I remember this was a kid. One of my friends had this car. I thought it looked really awesome. It was fast. It was faster than the car I had, and I really liked it. But the reason, that was one of the reasons. The other reason was because I recently restored this Futaba FX10. I made a video on that. If you want to watch that video, it's here on my channel. You can check that out. But I thought, when I built this, I thought that's really similar to the Hornet. I bet they would be like really good to drive together. And they're pretty much the same size. But I love the contrast between the black and the yellow and the orange and then the white and black. I thought, and the red. I thought they'd be really cool to drive together. They both have the same electronics in them. The stock 540 motor. They have the same exact speed control, same motor, so they should be pretty similar. They both have all ball bearings. So I thought it'd be really fun to drive these things together at the same time. So I'll be driving with one of my friends and have a good time with these cars.